Ah, yes, a beautiful evening for baseball here at the Stevens Family Baseball Complex at Warrior Park as we get set for the Bishop Division title of the Catholic League. Hello again, everybody. My name is Chad Bush, alongside Brian Sikowski for this afternoon of baseball between Orchard Lake St. Mary's, 33-0, riding a 55-game winning streak, number one in the country, taking on Brother Rice, 20-8, and victorious back on Friday at Comerica Park in Detroit, beating Liggett. My name is Chad Bush again, Brian Sikowski. Sack, you look at this matchup between these two teams. St. Mary's has won 12 straight in this rivalry and 13 of the last 14. Brother Rice, though, all-time a lopsided advantage in this series. St. Mary's has had quite a run, but today they'll be tested maybe like they haven't been all season long against Brother Rice, and the left-hander they will feature in Mr. Velasquez.
Yeah, this is exactly what Rice wanted to do. This is Coach Riker's master plan coming to fruition. We saw it last year in the final of this exact game. In fact, Fredo Velasquez hadn't pitched against St. Mary's. He wanted to bring him out in the last case scenario or last game. He's doing it again. St. Mary's didn't see Velasquez all season long. He's the Rice ace. There was a reason for that.
Yeah.
Here's where Riker's going to take his best shot, and he's got it lined up to do so.
St. Mary's has beaten both series this year. They swept Brother Rice here to start things and also swept back at Dan Petrie Field. We'll have the starting lineups and the thoughts from Brian Sikowski coming up here on the Prep. Coverage of the Bishop Division title of the Catholic League right after this.
With your dream, your drive, your grit, the heart and vision of every member of your team. We take it all, and from those threads of greatness, we weave a uniform of a champion. In many ways, our sport is just like yours. We've brought together a team of elite designers. We've put in the time and the sweat, perfecting our craft over 14 years. We've outfitted thousands of teams for thousands of victories, approaching each new project, each new game, like it's the only one we'll ever play. And let's be honest, we've done it all with a quality so unmatched that some can't help but call it perfection. You know, it's more than just a shirt. Look like a champion, play like a champion. A champion powered by the G. Hashtag GBrandUSA. GBrandUSA. Elite design, unmatched quality, American pride. We're proudly made in the USA.
All right, this is Adam, take two. Mark?
I guess.
I go like this.
The best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community.
I want to encourage others to play volleyball or choir because you get to experience new things and do stuff that you've never done before. My reason why is passion.
My reason why is pride.
Pure Barre is a full-body workout that transforms you, physically and mentally. Our musically driven group classes focus on low-impact, small movements that strengthen and tone your entire body in 50 minutes or less. Anyone is capable of taking Pure Barre, no matter your age or fitness level, and no dance experience is required.
Right! Here we go, right! Let's go, right!
69 degrees, a beautiful evening for baseball. The Catholic League Bishop Division about to get solved. Brother Rice 20-8 against Orchard Lake St. Mary's 33-0. These two teams finished first and second. And St. Mary's winning, of course, the Central Division, but Brother Rice was right behind him, Brian. we expect a nice battle today between these two clubs.
Yeah, these are the two best teams in the Catholic League this year. This is what it is. St. Mary's kind of running away. And then you talk coming into the season about whether it's going to be Rice, whether it's going to be Liggett as far as that 2 seed or that 2 team. I think Rice kind of emphatically answered last week that they're the better team. Yeah. They deserve the right to take a shot at the champs, and they're going to do it at their home field too.
Yeah, let's meet the starting lineup under Bob Riker in his 25th season, the all-time winningest coach for Brother Rice. They will start with Alfredo Velasquez, who will pitch and bat first. He's 6-0 on the year. We'll get more to his pitching in a moment. Turner is second. He's the catcher. He's batting .295. Dowd is second. He's the center fielder. He's batting .355. All-Catholic member in the 2-hole. Fox is at first base. He bats third, .333 on the year, some extra base hits. And Cheeseman is batting in the cleanup spot. He's batting fourth, and he adds a lot of speed and walks to this Rice lineup. Taransky is going to be the DH today. He'll bat fifth. Batting sixth is Turner, and Turner will do the catching for Brother Rice. Batting seventh is Tristan Crane, the shortstop. Batting eighth is Rupenthal in right field, batting .250, and Charlie D'Angelo is the left fielder. He bats ninth. He's a senior. The only senior in the starting 9 for Brother Rice. And he will be opposed by the right-handed pitcher, Kieran Kahi for Orchard Lake St. Mary's. Brian Sikowski with the book on Kahi.
Yeah, he's a Kent State commit, a senior, a guy who's really kind of come into his own this year at St. Mary's. Pitched quite a bit last year, but has taken a step forward. It's a 4-pitch guy. He's got some funk to him. He'll change his delivery looks a little bit. Probably going to be 86, 90. Throw a curveball, throw a slider, throw a changeup. He's comfortable with all 4. Big key for him today is he's got to keep the ball down.
Sounds like a good recipe and a great scouting report. Brian is the national cross-checker for Perfect Game. And as you can tell, he's on point with his scouting reports, and we love that. He's on point with his commentary as well. Glad he's with us here on the prep as we are about to start the Bishop Division Championship game. Kieran Kahi, who's coming off a no-hitter his last time out, wheels and deals. And it's a breaking ball on the outside part for ball 1. The umpire is Mike Schramm behind home plate. Robert Check is at first. Kevin Cleveland at second. And Joe Partika is at third. Alfredo Velasquez, the batter. He will be the pitcher today for Brother Rice. So pitcher on pitcher going at it, and a couple of really good ones. Kahi's committed to Kent State. He will bite down and be a golden flash next year.
Super important to try and keep Velasquez off the bases. He's very, very fast. He's obviously, as we talked about, a very talented left-handed pitcher who we're going to see shortly. But he first committed to Michigan as a left-handed hitting outfield. Wow. As a center fielder is what we're looking at here. Like, he's a very, very good hitter, knows the zone, can really run, can really defend.
5'8", 165, swing and a miss over top the low breaking ball. And it's one batter and one strikeout for Kahi.
That's what he's got to do. Kieran occasionally has a tendency to be up in the zone with his fastball, and that gets a little flat, gets hit hard. And in a park like this, Rice can hit home runs too. So important to command that fastball down in the zone, let your secondary stuff work off of that to either side of the plate, but stay down.
Yeah. This is Dowd, and he looks at an off-speed pitch over for a strike. Dowd is the number 2 hitter and their top hitter, .355 on the year, 10 doubles. He's gone deep 3 times and has 20 RBIs.
You see a little bit of the hesitation there in the delivery, and it was something he did a lot last year. It's kind of curtailed a little bit this year as he's, realized that being consistent might be a little more important. But done a good job. We've talked about it. Coming off a no-hitter, he's pitched really well this year.
Strike 2 called, out on strikes. Back-to-back Ks for Kieran Kahi, the right-handed senior.
Sitting 90 with the fastball right now, kind of on the higher end of his band. I know he maybe has touched higher than that in the past, but to come out sitting 90, the adrenaline's running. This is the championship game. He is a senior. He's getting this start. Brock Porter already pitched.
That's right.
He's the guy right now.
The righty against the lefty. And that is taken down low. This is Tyler Fox, left-handed hitting sophomore out of West Middle School. Open stance with 2 outs, nobody on, just underway, top of the first. 69 comfortable degrees from Troy. Fouled back and hopefully not headed for my car back there. I wonder why all these parking spots were available when I came back from the bank.
You got to park down at the Walmart like I did. That's the only place you're safe, man.
I'm going to roll the dice. I'm going to say I'm not going to get hit. It's like a 5% chance. Here's the pitch. Swinging a shot to center. That is a base hit. And Kahi has done something that he hadn't done the previous 7 innings before, and that's give up a hit.
And we'll see another look here. You can see the fastball. That's 91. That's coming. That's 91 from him. But either way, a little bit up in the zone there, and that's the danger spot for him. Can't let it flatten out. Can't pitch at the belly button. Got to be down at the knees if you're carrying with the way his stuff, the way it all works together. Got to be down.
Yep. Fox with a hit, and here comes Cheeseman, the batter. This is Alex Cheeseman, and he pounds one out of here to the right side.
Rice isn't afraid of velocity. That's just the case. As far as 90-91 still being fantastic velocity in high school, teams like this, teams this good, teams this talented, teams who play the schedules they do, they are not afraid of 90.
No doubt. Cheeseman with an open stance. Runner on first.
Breaking ball just kind of missed up in the zone there. Just couldn't quite finish it. Looked like a borderline pitch, but probably up.
Outside corner, strike 2 called. Strikes out the side with a single in between. No score as we head to the home half of the first. This is the prep.
Your drive, your grit, the heart and vision of every member of your team. We take it all, and from those threads of greatness, we weave a uniform of a champion. In many ways, our sport is just like yours. We've brought together a team of elite designers. We've put in the time and the sweat, perfecting our craft over 14 years. We've outfitted thousands of teams for thousands of victories, approaching each new project, each new game, like it's the only one we'll ever play. And let's be honest, we've done it all with a quality so unmatched that some can't help but call it perfection. You know, it's more than just a shirt. Look like a champion, play like a champion. A champion powered by the G. Hashtag GBrandUSA. GBrandUSA. Elite design, unmatched quality, American pride. We're proudly made in the USA.
Alfredo Velasquez, the left-handed pitcher for Brother Rice, their best, is out taking his warm-up tosses. Brian Sikowski will tell us all about the electric left-hander out of Dearborn Divine Child.
Yeah, he's a unique guy. He's undersized. We see that. He's smaller than usually what you'd think, but he can really play with the fastball. We're watching him warm up with different variations of the fastball. It'll be 85 to 90, maybe 85, 88, somewhere in there. He can run it. He can ride it. He can sink it. He can cut it. He'll throw a changeup. He's got a curveball. A unique look on the mound given his size and like the way he releases the ball. If you listen to the first broadcast, I kind of explained how low release height helps, and that's what he has for sure. And we know he can pitch backwards. He's comfortable throwing many different variations of fastballs in the zone, and he's a guy St. Mary's has not seen this year. By design, here it is. This is probably one of the best guys they're going to face all year, and they're doing it in the championship game.
No doubt. So he will face the St. Mary's lineup. As you see, Dresselhaus leads things off, followed by Grimmer. Schubert in right field. Ike Irish, the All-Catholic and All-American catcher. Ryan McKay, the second baseman. Jason Oliver bats sixth. He's at shortstop. Jack Crichton, a late addition, was activated 2 hours ago. He will make his debut. He's been off for a few weeks. He will DH, followed by Ryan Mooney in left field, batting eighth. And Parker Brustevich at first base. under 12th year head coach Matt Petrie, the former Brother Rice Warrior.
Obviously huge to get a guy like Crichton back. Maybe the team's best hitter in terms of bat to ball. It's him or Ryan McKay, one of the two. But either way, huge to get that guy back as that ball's in the game.
Dresselhaus drives one to left center. A little shopping at the gap. Totally disrespecting Marshalls down the street. It's a leadoff double, and St. Mary's is already cooking with grease here in the first.
The third baseman, number
13, and that was just a fastball, a little bit
Rimmer.
elevated. It was 87 miles an hour. Good, obviously good velocity to it. But as we've talked about with St. Mary's, they will make you come to them. They're not going to swing at many balls. And that was an example of just a fastball a little bit elevated, and that's what you have to do with it.
Dresselhaus's 9th double of the year. That's tied for first with 2 other teammates. Here's Blake Grimmer, the Tennessee commit.
Here's where we're going to see St. Mary's rolling out 4 lefties in a row, as they've done all year. Even when Matt has kind of messed with the lineup, those lefties have kind of stayed in order. Going to see how it looks against a really talented left-handed pitcher here. Something to watch for sure.
Yep. See how the lefties are perhaps neutralized against a lefty or maybe excel. That's a check swing. He did not go, but it's a called strike by the home plate umpire, Mike Schramm.
And that's a slider in a good spot at 78, 79 miles an hour. Just a good job by Grimmer to not pull the trigger. That's not a pitch you want to swing at, but on the flip side of that, it's a good pitch from Velasquez.
Velasquez ERA is below .30. Swing and a miss. Out on strikes. Grimmer goes down. And the leadoff man still on at second, now with 1 out. And here comes Nolan Schubert, the All-American from a season ago.
It'll be interesting to see how Fredo attacks these lefties. Like that one there was slider fastball to Grimmer for a swing and miss. See if he tries to pitch backwards against Schubert or comes right after him with velo.
Good speed at second with Dresselhaus. He has 13 stolen bases on the year, so he runs well. Schubert has good pop in the bat. It's 9 home runs, tied for best on the team. 33 walks on the year, leads the team. Very selective hitter. And he drives one to right. That's going to drop for a hit. They'll stop Dresselhaus at third. It's a hard shot on one hop to right. Fielded cleanly by the right fielder. And St. Mary's has runners at the corners with 1 out.
Velasquez really desperate to get a slider over for a strike there against Schubert. First pitch of the at-bat was a slider that kind of went away. Schubert with a good take. That one there was more middle, more inner third. Schubert had timed it up, saw the first one, was ready on time with it, and hammered it.
Here comes Ike Irish, who is a left-handed hitting catcher, and in the middle of this lineup, he's an Auburn commit, but he is thought of to be available in the Major League Draft next month. He has 9 doubles, 9 home runs, tied for the team lead in both. And he's batting .443, second best on the team to Jack Crichton.
Guy you want up in this spot, no doubt.
He gets fisted here, and he fouls it off.
See that velocity coming on from Velasquez there. That was 90.
Okay.
Pitch before that was 89 or so. Like the velo's kind of ticking up a little bit here. And we see he's not out of danger yet, obviously, but has made some good pitches against a really good lineup.
Swing and a miss, but it was fouled back, and that's an incomplete strikeout. That is still strike 2. Or strike 1, however you want to say it.
Ike can go into emergency 2-strike mode better than most guys can. He can really, you see him really spread out, really sink into his hips in the box. He's not trying to stride much. He's not trying to move much in his lower half. At this point, he's probably trying to hit a line drive right next to the shortstop.
There's a lift to left, and that's going to be handled for out number 2. Handled easily in left field. And so there's 2 outs now, and a runner comes in from third. It's 1-0 Orchard Lake St. Mary's. On the sacrifice fly, D'Angelo catches it, and Dresselhaus scores easily.
And that's what Irish wants to do there. He gets to 2 strikes. He knows he has to put the ball in play. Ideally, he lifts it to the outfield. That was the approach. He executed it well. 1-0 Eaglets.
Here's Ryan Minnie McKay, strike on the outside corner. St. Mary's is 33-0. They're number 1 in the state in Division 1. They moved up from 2 a year ago. They're number 1 in the country, according to Collegiate Baseball Newspaper, for the 9th straight week. Pitches outside. And the Eaglets have won 55 straight games, dating back to last year following a loss to Saline in late April. 55 straight wins, which is top 3 in the state of Michigan. Time called. Ryan Minnie McKay, one of the leaders on this team, just a junior, leads the team with 30 singles and a .385 batting average, is best for 4th on this team.
He's a hit getter, McKay is. We've talked about it. The power has come on. He's not a punchless stick or anything like that. The athleticism has taken a step forward. He's running better now, but he's always been that hitter. He's always been that left-handed stick that was able to hit balls the other way, able to pull balls with authority, and now the rest of his game is catching up to that, and he looks fantastic.
These two will be competing for years to come. McKay is a future Spartan. He signed in the fall. Velasquez is a future Wolverine. He signed last spring. Swing and a miss. Got him on strikes. And that's that. St. Mary's gets 1 on the sacrifice fly for Mike Irish, but that's all. We go to the top of the 2nd. This is the Prep.
My dad and my grandfather are officials. I've grown up around officials and seeing how much they enjoy being part of the games. As a student athlete, I've always appreciated the people out there who are willing to give back to the kids. The Legacy program lets me officiate while I'm still in high school, working younger kids' games. Officiating gives me a better understanding of the game. I get to make some pretty good money for a high school kid, and I even get to spend some quality time with my dad. There's help wanted. Just whistle.
Ryan Turansky to lead things off for Brother Rice. 1-0 St. Mary's. Top of the 2nd. It's a firm fastball on the inside quadrant for strike 1 to Turansky. 6'2 sophomore out of Queen of Martyrs. Cahy delivers and strikes him out. So the strikeout for Kieran. And that is strikeout number 4 for the right-hander.
Strike 1 is never more important pitch than in the Catholic League, Chad. I mean, as we talked about, it's 3-2 baseball. Basically start with a 1-1 count if you want to look at it that way.
Yep.
But to get ahead like that, you're up 1-2 at that point. Hugely important.
No doubt. This is Turner. Turner, the catcher, is the batter. Owen Turner, 6 foot 180 sophomore. You'll notice everybody in the batting lineup is an underclassman except for one guy, and that's D'Angelo. He'll bat 9th.
That's and their number 2 starter, Robert Klan. Outside from that, it's a very underclass heavy team, and they, like Liggett, another Catholic school team, both very, very underclass heavy. Would expect them both to be very, very good next year.
Yeah. Cahy delivers up and away. Kieran, a lot of power in that right-handed arm. Again, he threw a no-hitter his last time out against Warren De La Salle on May the 14th. St. Mary's has thrown 8 no-hitters this year. Here's the pitch. Line shot, softly rather, to short. Oliver will handle it. And there are 2 outs now here in the second inning.
See the confidence from Cahy there. Full count, throw a curveball. And not a lot of guys have the confidence that they'll be able to throw it for a strike or throw a good enough one that they'll get a swing and miss. But either way, good job by him. And this is another guy, it's something we haven't talked about. He's pitching exclusively from the stretch. More and more guys are doing that this year. More and more guys are doing that in baseball at any level. It's if you don't have to master 1-2 moves, maybe we just master one. And it helps them stay within themselves, stay in command. And it looks like it's working for him.
It's interesting, especially guys that are relievers. It makes much more sense for. But, yeah, why try to master if you can get that set? Now, how much power, how much velo are you losing?
There's an element of that.
I mean,
a little bit.
There might be some, right?
There's a little bit. Guys do tend to throw a little bit harder out of the windup, just slightly. It's like less than a mile per hour on average. But,
all right, so maybe it's not worth it.
But either way, it's if you feel more comfortable just executing your move out of the stretch as far as your command goes, why not do it?
Wow, that was loud. Is our dead cat down there? Is that okay? Is the dead cat okay, Alex? Alex Westfall is your executive producer, spinning the 1s and 2s. Delaney Higgins on graphics, Chase Kaufman on replay. And we've got a hit by pitch. Or is that a walk? Just a straight walk? Okay. I put my head down and things start happening. So that is a base on balls. Maybe the first blemish on Kieran Cahy's record today. So a man on and a man out, and that will bring up Crane, the shortstop.
Just overthrew a fastball there, but hey, good job. Again, this is Rice and Marys. Neither one of them are going to swing at a ton of balls. So have to be in the zone, have to make consistently good pitches, have to hit spots.
Yeah. Wyatt Rupenthal, rather, is the batter. Charlie D'Angelo in the on-deck circle. 1-0 St. Mary's. Cahy has a quick move back to first. That's from his fast feet. That's where that skill comes from, right?
Absolutely. Athleticism and Irish heritage.
Proud Irish heritage for Cahy. There's a shot to right. Second hit of the game for Brother Rice. Stopping at second is Crane. It's a 1-out, 2-out base hit. And 2 men on now with 2 outs. Rice building confidence. Their fans getting behind them, and here comes the senior, Charlie D'Angelo.
And we've seen D'Angelo hit a home run against St. Mary's this year.
Yes.
That happened just a couple weeks ago. You and I were on the call. So this is a danger man. This is not your typical 9-hitter. Coach Riker likes a little pop in that 9 spot, that second leadoff spot, as some people see it. And having your senior there obviously is helpful too.
He's got a little pop. He can run. He's got a little Kurt Gibson in him.
Some ability as a lower slot lefty pitcher. We've seen him do that.
Bob Riker likes his teams to be able to run and kind of have that 9-1 spot. There's a looper to left that's going to drop. And Riker's going to send home the runner, Crane. Here comes the throw to the plate, and he is out at home. Assist from Ryan Mooney from left field, and the one hopper to Ike Irish, and Crane is caught going from third to home.
That's just how you draw it up if you're Ryan Mooney. Come in, field it cleanly, keep your legs underneath you, throw a one-hop strike to the plate, and that's exactly what he did. Great job by Ike Irish there to make a play, be athletic, get into a tag position. It's exactly how you draw it up.
The throw from Mooney was perfection. The tag and the block by Irish was just right. And it's still 1-0 St. Mary's. Beautiful evening for baseball. Alfredo Velasquez, the future Wolverine, back out taking his warm-up tosses. Behind him, the defense looks like this. Turner, the catcher, Fox at first. And the second baseman is Orozco. He will be DH'd for in this game by Turansky. Crane at short, Cheeseman at third, D'Angelo in left, out in center, Rupenthal in right. Behind Alfredo Velasquez, who's given up just one run in this game. And he has given up just 2 hits against 2 strikeouts, has yet to walk anybody.
Yeah, and we've seen it's kind of the story of what we expected. When he's in command, it's really, really good stuff. He's up to 90 with the fastball. We've seen the slider. We've seen the changeup. We've seen him throw 2 different variations of the fastball successfully. But when he was, kind of in the happy zone with both the fastball and the breaking ball, those 2 pitches got hit really hard.
Yep. St. Mary's, #1 in the country. Matt Petrie, the head coach. We feature his brother, Jeff Petrie. A lot of folks forget that he played 3 years at St. Mary's, baseball and hockey. And the current defenseman for the Montreal Canadiens, a former 45th overall pick. St. Mary's state champs 5 times over, trying for the 3-peat this year. And, of course, Matt Petrie in his 12th year, the former Brother Rice Warrior and National Coach of the Year from a season ago. Jason Oliver strikes out, backwards K, and Alfredo coming out with some fire.
Yeah, this is back-to-back breaking balls here. That the slider there, I think he started him off with more of a curveball look. That one came over the outside edge, and tough pitch to take, tough pitch to swing at, all the above. It was a great pitcher's pitch.
So here's Jack Crichton, who's all Catholic, and Jack has not batted in over 3 weeks, and he grounds one up the middle. Fielded cleanly by the shortstop, and the throw over from Crane to Fox is perfection.
And you're seeing Fredo in a groove now, these first 2 hitters of this inning. This is in a groove. Breaking ball for strikes, fastball with ride, get some weak contact, get some swings and misses, like that sort of thing. He looks like he's rolling.
Ryan Mooney is the 8th hitter, and Mooney made that fine defensive play to hold this game to 1-0. He looks at a nasty bender over for strike 1.
Mary's is going to have to make an adjustment and probably hit one of those breaking balls eventually if he's going to keep laying them in there. But for right now, he's getting ahead with it and then burying guys with the slider like that one.
Velasquez with a strikeout, his 4th. Down goes Mooney. 1-0 St. Mary's. We go to the 3rd.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 300,000 participants here in Michigan who take part in high school sports.
The defense behind Kieran Kahi. Grimmer at third, Oliver at short, McKay at second, Brustevich at first, Ike Irish behind home plate. Mooney, who had the assist in the outfield earlier, Dresselhaus, the Michigan State commit in center, and Nolan Schubert, the future Michigan Wolverine, and All-American from a season ago, is in right field for Matt Petrie in his 12th year. It'll be the top of the lineup, 1, 2, and 3 due up for Bob Riker, assisted by Kyle Galley. Appreciate Kyle Galley and all of his help in getting us prepared for Brother Rice before this game. Alfredo in upright stance from the left side. He's a threat, 250, but has some pop and has some gap power. And he looks at a Kahi pitch down low in the turf dirt.
First pitch change up there from Kieran. You'll see him use that more predominantly against left-handed hitters. Wanted to steal a strike there, but just yanked it.
They'll appeal down to third. And Joe Partika says, no soup for you. Kieran Kahi has 4 strikeouts. He's walked just 1. Kieran 6-0 on the year, and he's walked his second batter. And it's the leadoff man here in the third. And Brother Rice has the tying run on at first with nobody out.
Got to be careful here. Don't want to just kind of groove a pitch to throw a strike to Dowd. We've seen him leave the yard quite a few times. I have anyways.
Yep.
Have to obviously be cognizant of Velasquez at first base. He's a very good runner, will steal, though Irish's arm behind the plate is oftentimes an equalizer to that.
Yeah, it's a pop that leads the country in most categories for Ike Irish. It's a first-round pick potential. There's a sharp grounder down the right field line.
Good idea.
Any sniffings of Ike Irish and his prospectus in the Major League Draft?
Yeah, there's a lot of people who like him. There's a lot of people who value the offensive ability very highly. His arm talent, his athleticism, all those things are positive traits in his favor. I know he's really, really excited about Auburn. I know he's got his vanity plate on his car says War Eagle or whatever. So, big Auburn guy. I don't know which way he's going to go, but he'll have to make a choice for sure, I think.
Yep. Pitches upstairs. So this is Braden Dowd. Dowd, the number 2 hitter. This is their best all-around hitter. 355 on the year, 10 doubles. And he can also walk, a great eye, 27 walks. He also played football this year, fouls it into the glove, and he's out on strikes. So that is the first out of the inning. Hey, even lacrosse fans are here. Jason Klein is in the house. I did not see him on the lacrosse pitch, but glad to see Mr. Klein. Pitches up and away. This is Tyler Fox.
It was a big first out there for Kahi to get a strikeout from Dowd. That's a danger guy in this lineup. And 1 through 9, they're very strong, but that's Dowd is probably their most productive hitter this year anyway, so obviously huge to get him out when you can.
Big out. First out of the inning, and now time is called. Speed on first and Velasquez.
1-8. Yeah, 1-8.
Outfield pretty straight up. The dimensions are shallow here. It's right field 315. There goes the runner, swung on and fouled away. The outfield dimensions are undefined.
It's a shorter field, high wall type of situation. It plays a little bit, I would say, shorter than average, but certainly not anything like bandboxy, I wouldn't say.
Yeah. About 370 center field.
Yeah, probably so.
20-foot wall.
Yeah, let's go 1-8.
Pitch is inside. Kahi is 6-0 on the year. 45 strikeouts coming in.
I could use a pretzel. I'm a cheese.
He now has 50 on the year against just 18 walks. So he has had pretty good control. A sub-5 ERA. There goes the runner, swung on and missed. Throw it out to second, not in time. So it is a stolen base on Ike Irish, which is something to note. Velasquez is down to second in scoring position, but now there's 2 outs as Kahi gets his 6th strikeout of the game.
That's an elite jump from Velasquez there, because I had Irish 187 on that pop, and that was a howitzer.
Wow.
So, I mean, that's just a fantastic jump. Great base running. Stole it off the pitcher there for sure.
Yep. Here's Alex Cheeseman, the third baseman. 240 hitter, good speed. He's got a guy on second. That's the tying run. It's fouled away. These two teams finished first and second, of course, in the Central Division in the Catholic League. These two teams would meet in the quarterfinal. There's a looper to right. Dresselhaus on the move. He won't get there. That's down. In to score comes Alfredo Velasquez, and the game is tied at 1 on a 2-out RBI single from Alex Cheeseman.
It's a great pitch. It's not a great pitch, excuse me. A great piece of hitting from Cheeseman there. Pitch away from him. Didn't try and pull it. Didn't try and do too much. Just kind of threw the hands at it and was able to get the ball out into that right center field gap. And Dresselhaus, as fast as he is, isn't running that one down.
Very well placed baseball. And as you said, to adjust the hands, go the other way, stay back just enough. And Matt Petrie wants to go out and have a word with Kieran Kahi, who's given up his 4th hit despite having 6 punch-outs in this game.
It just speaks to the ability of Brother Rice. Like we've talked about it, they're a very, very good team. This is a very good pitcher on the mound in Kahi. He's had a lot of great pitches that he's gotten swings and misses on, but he's made some mistakes, and a good team in Rice can make him pay for that, and that's what they've done. They've hit his mistakes.
So here comes Turansky, who had a hit on Friday at Comerica Park. And he's come on as of late, and he takes an off-speed pitch, 12-6 bender for a strike call. That's confidence, my friend.
Absolutely. And we've talked about the importance of being able to pitch backwards, especially in the Catholic League. And Kahi, when he's in command, can pitch backwards with anybody. He'll throw breaking ball, et cetera, et cetera. Shades of Logan Wood of years past.
Good call. There's a slow tapper to second. McKay will charge it on the turf, underhand, and that's out number 3. But not before. Brother Rice knots this thing up at 1. From Stevens Family Baseball Complex at Warrior Park, we got a battle for the Bishop Division title, all knotted up.
Your dream, your drive, your grit, the heart and vision of every member of your team. We take it all, and from those threads of greatness, we weave a uniform of a champion. In many ways, our sport is just like yours. We've brought together a team of elite designers. We've put in the time and the sweat, perfecting our craft over 14 years. We've outfitted thousands of teams for thousands of victories, approaching each new project, each new game, like it's the only one we'll ever play. And let's be honest, we've done it all with a quality so unmatched that some can't help but call it perfection. You know, it's more than just a shirt. Look like a champion, play like a champion. A champion powered by the G. Hashtag GBrandUSA. GBrandUSA. Elite design, unmatched quality, American pride. We're proudly made in the USA.
Congratulations to the All-Leaguers. Parker Brustevich, Jake Dresselhaus, Jack Crichton, Ryan Minnie McKay. That's 4 of the 8. Blake Grimmer, Ike Irish, Jason Oliver, and Brock Porter. 8 Eaglets on the all-Catholic team, the most of anyone. And Matt Petrie certainly very grateful for that, humbled by it, he said. And look, this is great to get 8 guys on your all-league club. I mean, Nolan Schubert, for crying out loud, got all-league and not all-Catholic.
Yeah,
and this guy's an all-American. So, you know, it's tough to get 8 guys on, but when you do, somebody's always left off, right?
Yep. Speaks to the depth of the program, speaks to the quality of the program. And hey, whenever you go 20-0 in league, you should have the most guys on the all-league team or the all-Catholic team or whatever. St. Mary's has done back-to-back undefeated in league play seasons now. As far as obviously this is league play today. They still may yet lose today, but as far as regular seasons go, they haven't lost since 2019, and that was early in 2019.
That's right. The numbers for St. Mary's, we'll get another look later at a graphic for St. Mary's and how well they've done. This senior class is looking for their 3rd straight title, and the only opportunities they've had to win state titles. You recall there was no season in 2020, so this senior class has done nothing but won state titles. There are some seniors who were not on that team, but you look at the guys that were, in Crichton, you look at Porter, and you look at Schubert. Right? I mean, those guys have gone coast to coast. Dresselhaus I missed.
Yep. Those were the core 4 of this St. Mary's sort of senior class. Those 4 guys were on the varsity in 2019. Dresselhaus played some, not a ton. The rest of them played every day. Schubert and Crichton played every day. Porter was the number 2 starter by the end of the season as a freshman. He started and won the state championship game as a freshman. But Dress was on that team, and then you add Irish to that. You add a Nolan Higgins to that. You add a Kieran Kahi to that. It becomes Skorupski. The names go on.
That's the 5th strikeout for Alfredo, and he'll flip the lineup over. And this is Dresselhaus, who led off the game with a double. Parker Brustevich is struck out. And Brother Rice with some momentum now. 1 out, nobody on. Bottom of the 3rd, tied 1-1 with the number 1 team in the nation.
The secondary stuff from Velasquez is fantastic now. He's locked in with it. He's been starting guys off with curveballs, throwing sliders to back foots. You just saw Dress there on a 1-0 count swinging a slider at his back foot. Like his secondary stuff's working right now.
Yep, no doubt. Here comes the full count pitch. He missed, and St. Mary's draws a walk. It's a team that walks a lot. They've now walked 215 times this year. To put that in perspective, they've walked more than they've struck out. They've only struck out 186 times this year.
It's a sign of a monster offense
when
you walk more than you strike out as a team. It's an unbelievable stat. And then add in the power that they have to go with it. It's why they're the best team in the country.
Yeah.
The pitching's been incredible, but that offense is why they're the best team in the country. It's unrelenting.
That's right. Here comes Grimmer, batting .379, leads the team with 9 doubles. He's hit 7 home runs, and he's driven in 38 to lead the squad. He's a Tennessee commit and a potential first-round pick next year. This is a lethal left-handed hitting stick that can play in the corners, he can play in the outfield, and it's his first year of MHSAA baseball.
Yeah, again, we talked about it the last time I was up here, a guy who his freshman season was COVID year, so no one played. Another great breaking ball from Velasquez there, gets a swing and miss. But yeah, didn't play his freshman year. Last year was hurt. As a result of that, was able to transfer to St. Mary's. And now he's playing high school ball for the first time and looks incredible, except for maybe on that swing.
Well, a lot of people are going to look foolish against Alfredo Velasquez. That's his 6th strikeout today. There goes Dresselhaus, who leads the team in stolen bases, and that's why the ball trickles in to center. Orozco there to cut it off. And so now St. Mary's with a runner in scoring position for Dresselhaus. That is now his team-leading 14th stolen base of the year, and it sets the plate for Nolan Schubert.
Schubert obviously ahead here in the count 1-0. Regardless of what you get, fastball, breaking ball here, if it's in a drivable zone, take a good swing at it.
Lefty on lefty, and Schubert has a great eye, as we mentioned, leads the team in walks with 33 walks in 129 plate appearances. 9 home runs, he can reach the seats. And he fouls one back here. Lefty on lefty again. St. Mary's 4 lefties in a row in this lineup. And this is the guy that's countered them today, and he has 6 Ks. Alfredo's been awesome.
I'll be especially interested as the pitch selection here, Full count, base open. It's a left-handed hitter, but it's not like it gets easier with Irish on deck. So I feel like you want to attack here.
Choices. It's a breaking ball that's popped up. Should get him out of the inning. Major league fly, but it's shallow enough, and the catch is made in center field. Dowd makes the catch. Brother Rice retires St. Mary's, who strands a runner. We are tied at 1 as we go to the top of the 4th. The Bishop Division title yet to be named. Come on back. We are the Prep.
What I could tell right off the start was that they were really about the player. And I just got out of high school, so I was using BB Corps bats for the past 3 or 4 years. When y'all came to me, took my advice, trying to figure out what we wanted, what I learned in high school about bats, and what I wish I had, it's really cool to be a part of. I can't remember the last time that I hit balls that far with a BB Corps bat or as hard. Definitely the best BB Corps bat I've ever swung in my life. And I've swung plenty of BB Corps bats. The numbers can prove it too, because the numbers that I was getting on my exit velos and the distance, I really didn't get close to that in some of the other BB Corps bats. Yeah, just overall, it's been really fun. Know that you were a part of it and that a lot of kids are going to love to use it. Yeah, super excited.
Oh, the Warriors, state champions 3 times. Coach Kalzinski with 2 of them. And this man, Bob Riker, with 1 of the 3. Carl Kaufman, a proud 2016 grad. And Bob Riker, the leader in his 25th season. Brother Rice's all-time winningest head coach. 20-8, they're number 6 in our poll this week. And Carl Kaufman, some great success, a proud alum of Brother Rice. That one's taken upstairs. This is Owen Turner.
Kaufman, obviously a huge member of that Michigan rotation that went to within 1 game of winning the College World Series in 2019. And him and Tommy Henry and Jeff Criswell, all Michigan high school guys that played huge roles on that team that beat Vanderbilt in the first game of that series and then ended up losing 2. But either way, came within 1 game of a national title, and Catholic League, Carl Kaufman was a big part of it.
Proud Catholic Leaguer, proud Brother Rice graduate.
He and Nick Plummer were at Rice at the same time. I think Kaufman was 1 year younger than Plummer, but either way,
that's right.
At Rice at the same time.
Same thing.
Some teams, really good teams there.
Yeah. This is Owen Turner, 275, 18 runs driven in. Full count, Kieran Kahi to the sophomore, not yet. Time called late by the home plate umpire, Mike Schramm. And a lot of the Eaglet faithful thought it was a scam.
Yeah, it's just there's such a judgment call there when it comes to that. That shouldn't have been called time. He was already in his motion, but I digress.
The full count, 1-out pitch. Swing and a miss.
Ball don't lie.
Rashid said it. So did my partner. And there are
number 24, Tristan Crane.
2 outs.
And Kahi, for as you know, I suppose you could say up and down as he's been, it's still pretty good. Like, he's still got good stuff. We've seen Rice take good at bats. We've seen, this is just a really good team he's pitching against, period. That's the end of the discussion.
That's right.
He has pitched pretty well.
All in all, it's 7 strikeouts against 2 walks. He's given up 1 earned run and 4 hits. And now he will face Tristan Crane. Crane had a walk his last time up. Rupenthal in the on-deck circle. D'Angelo to follow. Tie game at 1. Top of the 4th. These 2 teams played a doozy last year. This one's headed for the same path. Strikeout.
Fastball up in the zone. Kahi, we talked about it before to open the broadcast. The command of the fastball is huge for him. We know he's got the secondary stuff, but he has to locate the fastball at the knees and then there. It cannot be in between. That's when he gets in trouble.
Crane out, and that'll bring up Wyatt Rupenthal.
Could be a real quick momentum builder here. Get another strikeout here for Kahi. Runs back in through 4, brimming with confidence after this inning.
Rupenthal has 1 of the 4 hits against Kahi. Kahi threw a no-no his last time out. That was against Warren De La Salle back on the 14th of May. And in that game, Kahi struck out just 7 and walked 4. Pitches inside.
Should be able to do whatever you want here. 1-1. You've already shown him the fastball a couple times. Should be able to do whatever you want here, pitch selection-wise.
It's the changeup. He went. The strikeout from Irish to Brustevich, and it's complete. Strikeout number 8 for Kahi, and the Irishman dances off the green turf here in Troy at the Stevens Family Baseball Complex at Warrior Park. Tied at 1. To the bottom of the 4th we go.
Today I'm gonna tell you about sportsmanship because it's important. Treat your opponents the way you would want to be treated. My mom says that. Listen to the referees. It's their job. Be nice to their team and our team. Cheer them on. Always play fair. It's the right thing to do. It's sportsmanship. It's not that hard.
Pure Barre is a full-body workout that transforms you, physically and mentally. Our musically driven group classes focus on low-impact, small movements that strengthen and tone your entire body in 50 minutes or less. Anyone is capable of taking Pure Barre, no matter your age or fitness level, and no dance experience is required.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the Stevens Family Baseball Complex at Warrior Park. His name is Brian Sikowski. My name is Chad Bush. 4, 5, and 6 due up in the order for Matt Petrie. On a beautiful evening, all academic, Kyle Crockett from St. Mary's, Patrick McLean from Brother Rice. Congratulations to those two smarty pants for getting it done on the field and in the classroom. Congratulations, an important award. Ike Irish is the batter. Ike Irish came in batting .443 with 9 home runs, 9 doubles, and 33 runs driven in.
See how Velasquez attacks the second time through this part of the order. We've seen a lot of off-speed stuff. That one, obviously, an off-speed pitch that hit him. Not in any way on purpose, clearly, but
right.
Good for St. Mary's to get the leadoff man on.
So here comes Ryan McKay after Alfredo feels a hit-by pitch for the first time today. There's Alex Mooney.
There he is.
The former Eaglet and St. Mary's alum, and on that all-freshman ACC team. And good to see Alex in the house, checking out his brother Ryan. All-American Alex Mooney, who will be eligible for the draft next year.
Yes.
And he was certainly a first-round pick. He was first-round pickable this past year, but things happen, and look, this kid could be an even higher slotted pick next year this time.
He's home for a little while, taking a little break before he heads off to Cape Cod to play, in the premier collegiate summer league in the world, Cape Cod League. So he's going to play there. He's going to get scouted. Scouts who saw him a ton last year are going to go back in with the same eyes, take the same looks, kind of build out what they think of him, and we'll see how it goes into his sophomore year. But he will be, like you said, Chad, eligible again a year from now.
Yeah. Mooney was the player of the year in the state of Michigan last season, and 2 state titles for St. Mary's. Squares to bunt. Did he go? He did. And Minnie McKay offered it something well wide of the zone. Not typical for Minnie. He is the hardest to strike out in the St. Mary's lineup. This a little bit different.
Sure, and it speaks to the quality of stuff from Velasquez.
Sure.
Like, that's not even close to a strike, but he, till the last minute, was going to offer at it because it looked like one, and that is, by virtue, the definition of deception, right? So just, again, speaks to how good the stuff is from Velasquez today and how talented he is as a pitcher.
He really is. So that's out number 2. There's a ground ball in the hole. Backhanded nicely. Throw to second for 1. Relay to first. Double play. 6-4-3 double play for the Warriors. And St. Mary's is out in the 4th. How about this dandy? Started all with Crane.
Extremely quick out of the glove here is Crane at short. Look at how quick he gets that ideal feed to second. turns it over well. Jolly's not a burner, but a good runner. That's exactly how you're supposed to do it.
Orozco with a flip and Tyler Fox with a stretch. Still tied at 1. Let's go to the 5th. Congratulations to Alfredo Velasquez, the Michigan commit, all-Catholic, named earlier this week by the Detroit-based office, the Catholic League. Also all-league for Brother Rice. A trio, Dowd, Fox, Clan. And you look, Clan the only upperclassman, the future's bright, led by Fox and Dowd and many others, including Fredo.
Yeah, we talked about it. It's an underclass-heavy team. Clan and D'Angelo are really the only seniors who play a ton anyways, consistent in the lineup. And Clan is an uncommitted senior. I'd expect him to have many different opportunities to play college baseball. He's very, very good. And Velasquez, obviously one of the best players in the state, deserves that all-Catholic nod.
How good has he been in this game? Really, both starting pitchers have been fabulous. It's sort of what we expected to Sack, but Kahi with 9 strikeouts coming into this inning. Fredo with 7, but they've really had the right mixes, doing it a little bit differently.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Kahi, we've seen him kind of struggle a little bit with fastball command here and there, gave up some hits, but the whole arsenal's working for him. He's pitching backwards successfully. And Velasquez, the slider's gross today. Yeah. And then you see that fastball coming behind it into the 90s, at 90 a lot. It's been a tale of 2 really talented guys so far, and the scoreboard reflects that.
Been fun to watch. Top of the 5th. And this is D'Angelo to lead things off. Charlie D'Angelo, the left fielder. Charlie plays football as well for Coach K. Wide receiver. Here's the pitch. Check swing. Did he go? Strike call.
Great pitch on the inner third there. Don't want to pull. I think it was a good take. It ended up being a good take by D'Angelo. All you're going to do is hit that 3-hopper to McKay at second base. So good take, but that's a great pitch. Great location.
Swing and a miss. Right back with the off-speed pitch. Pulled the string, and he K's him. Strikeout number 10 on the day for the Kent State commit.
That's the changeup there. You'll see it here. He likes throwing it to lefties like we talked about. Kind of drops the arm slot a little bit, but that's the first one he hasn't buried or bounced.
Right.
That's the first one he's really managed to kind of keep up off the dirt even as it goes through its action, and got the swing and miss there for sure.
10 strikeouts to go against the 2 walks. Kahi is giving up the 4 hits and just the 1 run. We're tied at 1. Top of the lineup, this is the pitcher, Alfredo Velasquez. Fredo, as they call him. That's fouled back. The righty, Kieran Kahi.
See a little bit of action in the St. Mary's pen. It looks like Brandon Skorupski, the lefty, that's Matt's primary lefty get out of the pen. He's just kind of keeping pace right now, which means he's not like getting hot to come into the game, but he's closer to ready than if he were sitting on the bench.
Yeah.
Kind of literally the definition of he's out there warming up.
Sure.
No action in the Rice pen. This is Fredo's game right now.
Comes the 1-1. Got him on strikes. Strikeout 11 for Kahi. And there's 2 outs here in the Brother Rice 5th inning.
It's a changeup again, unless I'm wrong, but from where I sit, that looked like a changeup again. A great pitch against a left-handed hitter. Yeah, there it is. Just dives at the last second, falls off that table. That's a great pitch in high school baseball, and it'll be a good pitch for him in college, too. He's really developed that.
Yeah, sorry, partner. Mike Birkbeck's going to have fun working with Kieran Kahi and his tools already at this level.
Yep.
Birkbeck, one of the top pitching coaches in the country.
No question. Has been for a long time, too. Yep.
That one's looped to left, and that's down for a hit. Base hit by Braden Dowd, who continues to punish St. Mary's pitching. He did it last year in the title game when he homered to right, and he gets one here to left on a leaker.
Yeah, it's a great piece of hitting. He is a good hitter. We've talked about that. Like, Braden Dowd can hit, like, write it in pen. He gets a pitch. It looked like it was down maybe a little bit away. It looks like a secondary offering there, but stayed on it long enough to flip it that way. That's a sign of a good hitter. You're not going to be able to hit everything 100 miles an hour.
It's a tough pitch to hit.
Absolutely.
Stay back on an off-speed one. And Kahi's thrown some good ones. Now maybe too many, perhaps, at this point. He has 70 pitches. At some point, I guess you start thinking about using the off-speed more at this point of the game.
It all depends on, and you're trusting Irish here, who's obviously a senior, one of the most talented catchers in the country, trusting him to call the game. Matt more or less lets his catchers call the game. It's something we pride themselves on at St. Mary's, is the catcher's going to go to college knowing how to call a game. But with that being said, it's up to them. It's what they see. It's did you get an ugly swing on the changeup the last time through, that sort of thing. Irish has that all in the back of his head right now. He knows what he's doing.
Sure. Ton of trust. Runner on at first. Nubber back to the mound. And Kieran's going to get out of this thing easily. Strands the runner Dowd. After the base hit, nothing across. We go to the bottom half of the fifth. We're tied for the Bishop Division Championship from Troy.
We begin with your dream, your drive, your grit, the heart and vision of every member of your team. We take it all, and from those threads of greatness, we weave a uniform of a champion. In many ways, our sport is just like yours. We've brought together a team of elite designers. We've put in the time and the sweat, perfecting our craft over 14 years. We've outfitted thousands of teams for thousands of victories, approaching each new project, each new game, like it's the only one we'll ever play. And let's be honest, we've done it all with a quality so unmatched that some can't help but call it perfection. You know, it's more than just a shirt. Look like a champion, play like a champion. A champion powered by the G. Hashtag GBrandUSA. GBrandUSA. Elite design, unmatched quality, American pride. We're proudly made in the USA.
The starting pitcher, Kieran Kahi, all-leaguer, Kent State commit, senior right-hander, and Nolan Schubert. Talked about it, the first baseman, outfielder, mainly outfield. By the way, he can pitch as well, but hasn't pitched much this year. He's the Michigan commit, all-league for St. Mary's. And we look at our top 10 in Metro Detroit. St. Mary's first, Northville second, Howell, followed by Rochester Adams, Lake Orion, Brother Rice, we have sixth. We'll have a new poll on Friday. New Boston Huron is seventh, Liggett eighth, Country Day 9th, and Shrine is 10th. I can promise you there is a lot of movement. We can also tell you that we will have number 1 versus number 2 in Division 1 as it stands today, Grand Blanc. And we will have Grand Blanc and Orchard Lake St. Mary's in the finale of the 2022 regular season next Saturday from Flint. We're going up near Chase Kaufman's hometown. And we're going to have some fun up in Flint. Maybe you'll be with us. You'll probably on the road.
Probably on the road.
But you'll be with us in spirit.
Absolutely.
And we appreciate it. So here we go. Jack Crichton to lead things off for St. Mary's sack here in the fifth.
Yeah, and I kind of expected that exactly right there to happen. I had a feeling he was going to try and drop one down. Jack's one of those guys who's good at bunting for a hit, has the ability and speed to do so. Just not a very good attempt there, obviously.
Of course, working off rust, Crichton has been shut down the last 3 weeks with a right shoulder AC sprain. Completely fine. Took batting practice, no discomfort. The swinging has not caused any discomfort. The throwing had caused a little bit, but it's really just the healing process. And if he had to throw, he could. Of course, not a pitcher, third baseman, left fielder, outfielder. This is Ryan Mooney, with 1 out in a 1-1 game, bottom of the 5th for a title in the Catholic League. Alfredo with a filthy one.
2-0 count. Throw a breaking ball for a strike. Now you got Mooney up there totally guessing. Generally, common logic would say here comes fastball, but we don't know. We really don't know.
Ryan fights it off with his brother Alex in the stands.
Stay in your zone. Don't expand. We're not chasing pitchers' pitches here. But still, when Fredo's got the ability to throw multiple pitches for strikes here in a full count, makes it really, really tough on the hitter.
Outside corner, backwards K, strike 3. Strikeout number 8 of the game for Fredo. And there's quickly 2 outs in the St. Mary's half of the 5th.
Just like we said, man, that's breaking ball for a strike there. That's the slider. Grabs that outer edge.
Strike called. This is Parker Brustevich, who struck out back in the first. Back in the second inning, his first at bat. And he bats now with 2 outs and nobody on.
Fredo's 8th punch out. He's still rolling along, has not thrown many pitches, hasn't had to.
No, he hasn't, and he's a strike away here from getting out of town.
Brustevich, a tough guy to strike out, as we know. Walks more than he strikes out, handles the bat really well. Not a ton of power yet to his game. I think that's the next thing for him. But as you've seen, a really talented two-way.
Bullets one there near our cameraman. Windblown Dev. How about it? The biggest ovation of the day is for Windblown Dev. That wind was blown with that baseball whistling by that blonde-haired fella out of Alabama. Glad he's okay.
Special shouts out to the Wyandotte Bears who won today. Coach Justice is now watching us.
All right. What's up, Brandon? There's a chopper to third, handled easily. Throw across the diamond from Cheeseman is too tall. And it's an error. It'll be on Cheeseman. The throw was high to Fox, who stands at 6'2" and has a long leaping range. And this one just got him. It's an error for Rice and the first of the day for anyone.
And that's a mistake. That's the 9-hitter. Not a great runner yet in Brustevich as he continues growing into his body. Have plenty of time to set yourself and make an accurate throw. And now with the top of the order coming up, Dresselhaus, one of the few guys to hit a ball hard today. Don't want that to come back and bite you if you're brother Rice.
That's right. Just one of 2 Eaglets with a hit today. Dresselhaus with a double to start the game. But there's been just 1 hit since from St. Mary's. A Schubert opposite field base hit. But now, in a tie game at 1 aside and 2 outs, there's a man on first at Dresselhaus who's gone deep this year 7 times, and he's driven in 33 runners. There goes the runner, and that's chopped to second. Orozco will field it, didn't go too far, and out at first is Dresselhaus with a face-first slide. We go to the top of the 6th. Nothing solved. We are the Prep. Thanks for watching.
Take 2, Mark?
I guess.
I go like this.
The best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community.
I want to encourage others to play volleyball or choir because you get to experience new things and do stuff that you've never done before. My reason why is passion.
My reason why is pride.
Well, the pitching for St. Mary's has been pretty special. They've given up just 44 runs on the year while scoring 316. The pitching, obviously, a big part of that. Brock Porter now 6-0 along with Kahi and Donovan and Brustevich. Higgins also with a solid senior campaign. That's a strong 5. And then you look at the bullpen, and it's been equally effective up and down, Zach.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is the sign of a Matt Petrie team. There's different guys in different roles, developing, getting better. Tavalian's the freshman, the only freshman on the team. He's getting innings. Kafoulis is a guy with a huge left arm, still working on the command, but important to get those guys work because you'll need them once this senior class graduates. There's so many guys who are going to leave after this year, and we're watching one of them now in Kahi, and Skorupski's warming up, and we've seen Brock Porter. Those guys aren't coming back next year, so Matt does a good job of developing guys for future years for sure.
He sure does. The cupboard is not bare in Orchard Lake. This is Alex Cheeseman, who had the error that did not cost Brother Rice. There's a pitch upstairs and in. Kahi has 11 strikeouts on the day. He's coming off a no-hitter last time out, but he's facing a different kind of lineup today, and he has given up 5 hits, and as Pat Bush said, scattered them. Swing and a miss. Got him on strikes. A dirty dozen for the Irishman Kahi, with 1 out here in the top of the 6th.
It's a well-located fastball there. It's a little bit off the plate maybe. Probably not a strike if it were to be called, but in too close of a spot to take if you're the hitter. Have to wave at it there. Just a really good located fastball.
Brother Rice is in District 26 as the MHSAA playoffs approach us next week. This is Ryan Taransky, the batter with 1 out. They're in that district, which is right here at Warrior Park, with North Farmington, Livonia Stevenson, Birmingham Seaholm, and Farmington. Swing and a miss. So it's North Farmington and Livonia Stevenson on the 31st. That's Tuesday. That's a week from today, and that's where the districts kick off. And then Rice will play their first game on Saturday against the winner of Stevenson and North Farmington.
Really no such thing as an easy district in D1 once you move up here to play with the big boys. And St. Mary's is going to find it. They have West Bloomfield in their district, who is a ranked team at 26-5 or whatever they are. You're going to find it every single week in D1. It's really good competition all the way up the ladder.
That's right. And so Seaholm Farmington winner will take on the Rice Stevenson North Farmington winner, and that will be the district being hosted here at Warrior Park. And then the regional semifinals on June 8th, and that will be Brother Rice at Novi High School, taking on either Catholic Central, Novi High School, South Lyon, or South Lyon East. We'll give you a hint. It's going to be Catholic Central. Here's the pitch. Upstairs. And I mean, all due respect to South Lyon East, that's my prediction. Novi might have something to say. And then Rice, if they win that regional, will then meet what could be Orchard Lake St. Mary's potentially on June 11th. But Rice would have to get by Grand Blanc first, and that is the District 31/32 predicted winner. They're number 2 ranked in Division I. And then Rice would have to get by Grand Blanc at 10 a.m. on June 11th. If that happens, they would meet at 3 o'clock against potentially Orchard Lake St. Mary's to see who goes to the semifinals.
That's an incredible little pocket there where it might be Rice, St. Mary's, and Grand Blanc all in one spot there to decide a semifinalist. But
yeah, and out of St. Mary's, Rice, and CC, all the 3 of the 6 teams listed here, I mean, only one of those teams can get past that regional.
Yep, only one.
They have no choice. So it's kind of like in basketball.
Yep.
But that's just part of the deal. I mean, it's kind of a bad draw, you might say, if you're Rice or CC. But, I mean, and Grand Blanc. I mean, they're getting drawn all the way up from darn near Flint.
Yep.
So, anyway, you look at the final standings. St. Mary's 120-0. Brother Rice 13-7, followed by Liggett. Catholic Central finished 4th. That was St. Mary's opponent on Friday, followed by De La Salle and UAD. The conference is over, and this is Brother Rice's Owen Turner facing Kieran Kahi. There's 1 out. and 1 strike and a man on. 1-1 game, top of the 6th.
Sure, Matt went out there to talk about potentially a pitch plan as well as to make sure his defenders know exactly where he wants them. But anytime you can get a strikeout, that helps things as a coach, for sure.
13 strikeouts, lucky 13 for Kieran Kahi. As we get another look at this fastball.
That's just a well-located fastball. It's right on the outer edge. It's belt high. It's a pitch you have to swing at as a hitter, but it obviously shouts out to Kieran for executing it. It's a good spot.
Tristan Crane is the batter, and Crane is 0 for 1 in the ball game. He has been on base once via the walk. He also struck out. Man on first for Brother Rice is Taransky. Just missed. 1-1 with 2 outs and a man on. Tie ball game.
You've seen Kahi have success with that fastball up in the zone, but again, important to reiterate, that's a pitch that has to be at the letters. It cannot be just below that because then that's a happy zone pitch.
That might get out of here. Runner not going, pitches low, and full count scenario, and you can look for Taransky to be off with a pitch. 88 pitches now for Kahi, and it looks like St. Mary's is ready to move on. Whoever's warming up, I believe Skorupski,
yes, is
ready to go. He has stopped throwing. There goes the runner. Outside, just missed. So a walk to Crane. Taransky goes to second. And a decision for Matt Petrie now as Kahi has thrown his 89th pitch, and we get another look at it.
Yeah, really close pitch. It looked like Irish wanted it, but that's the right call. That's not a strike, as we see on the replay. Irish framed it pretty well, but that's not a pitch that's going to be called a strike. A good take, and with Skorupski hot in the pen, lefty. This is a righty up. You're towards the bottom of the order. A reminder that D'Angelo, a lefty, is on deck.
Yeah.
I would imagine this may be Kahi's last hitter. Matt wants the righty to go after the righty, but if we get to D'Angelo, I would imagine we might see Skorupski. Matt setting up his outfielders there. Important to be able to throw out the runner at home here in the event of a base hit.
Yep. So, Rupenthal, the batter, runners at first and second. Brother Rice trying to knock off the #1 team in the land. And a team that has won 55 straight games.
It's good to get ahead there, obviously, and it took a good swing at it, too, Rupenthal did, on a fastball in a hittable spot. Interested to see what Kahi does here. He's felt the curveball. He's felt the slider. We'll see what he does. The breaking ball that missed inside, that was a ball. It was a good take there by Rupenthal. It was a good pitch, just couldn't quite get that horizontal movement enough to get it over the inner third.
Very close. Popped him up. This should get St. Mary's out of the inning. Oliver will call it off, and that is out number 3. So, Brother Rice strands 2 as we go to the bottom of the 6th. Brother Rice with the nation's top team on the ropes in Troy for a title game. Come on back, won't you?
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education.
What a run it's been for this class of 2022 for St. Mary's since they were freshmen. 34-9-2, which is a nice season for most, but They won the state title in 2019, no season, of course, in 2020. And then this class, their junior year, last year, 43-1, national champions, and this year, 33-0. Add it all up in the senior classes, 110-10-2, with 2 Catholic League titles, 2 state titles, and 1 national championship. What a class to be a part of.
And it's you can't say this with any sort of certainty, obviously, because it didn't happen and we're making things up, but they would have won a lot of games in 2022.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
You could be looking at a 150-win class or something like that if they played in 2020.
Yeah. Welcome back to the Stevens Family Baseball Complex. We thank Jeff Calcaterra and all the great folks for making us feel nice and cozy in Warrior Country. Warrior Park, to be specific. Bishop Division Championship, 33-0 St. Mary's against 20-8 Brother Rice. And here we are in the bottom of the 6th. And just like last year's extra inning game, this one is tied late in this one.
Yeah, this is what it's supposed to be. The 2 best teams playing a close game down to the wire. 2 of the best teams in the state, 2 of the best teams in the region. This is what it's supposed to look like, man. It's supposed to be close. This wouldn't have been fun if it was a blowout.
No, everybody's excited for this one. There's a shot back. This is Nolan Schubert. Sikowski continues to work in the St. Mary's pen. Jason Oliver has joined him. This is St. Mary's heart of their lineup, 2, 3, and 4. Blake Grimmer, Nolan Schubert, Ike Irish. All lefties against the lefty Alfredo Velasquez.
Good take there by Grimmer. He swung and missed on a pitch out of the zone in a similar spot, I believe, in his last time up. So good to make the adjustment to take there. And here we go, full count again. Velasquez can throw any one of 4 or 5 pitches here. We'll see what he does.
Inside corner, strike 2 called. Grimmer out for excessive window shopping, and he strikes out for the 3rd time today. And here comes Nolan Schubert.
It's just another example. I think this is the curveball we're going to see here. Yep, just grab that inside third at the belt. Just a tough pitch for a lefty to stay on long enough to see it become a strike.
Schubert swinging for the landing strip. Big cut and a miss. Boy, the crowd heating up just like it did last year at Jimmy John's Field.
Yep.
What a great setting. Shadows starting to cast just in front of home plate. And both dugouts.
Good take.
9 strikeouts and 1 walk for Alfredo Velasquez, the senior left-hander. He's given up just 2 hits and 1 run in his 5 1/3 innings. This powerful St. Mary's lineup that scored 317 runs this year, an average of 9.5 runs a game, and given up just 1.3 runs a game, has been stymied in this one by Brother Rice's pitching. There's a walk by Schubert. We told you he is good at seeing the baseball, and it's a 1-out walk.
A lot of times, guys, big power guys like that, they struggle with the concept of being pitched around. They struggle with the concept of not getting fastballs to hit. And Nolan did that last year. He struggled a little bit with that. But now a more mature hitter, he understands, hey, that's fine. I'll just walk. There's so many guys behind me who can run me in. I don't have to do it by myself. And then that's just going to do nothing but help him as he climbs the ladder developmentally.
Ike Irish is one of those guys. He lines one to right. That'll be a base hit. Schubert and his long legs will head to third. And the Eaglets have runners at the corners with 1 out here in the 6th.
Peak Ike Irish here, just a really good hitter, a really good player, a really good leader. You expect him to do things like this when he's up. That's just a fastball in the inner third. Didn't try and do too much. Got the barrel out, was on time with it. It's tough to time up that upper 80s from Velasquez given what he has to offer along with it. So for Ike to be ready with the fastball there, especially on the inner third, get the barrel out, hit a ball hard. Couldn't ask for anything more.
That's right. Both managers are out to make moves, or so it appears. Chubbs, Ruckhaber will go to run at third base for Nolan Schubert.
Schubert sure to re-enter if we move on in this game. But
yep.
You get that 1 re-entry rule, and this is smart. All you need is it doesn't have to be a base hit here. You need to loft the ball. Ideally, you keep the ball away from some of the guys with the stronger arms in the outfield. Dowd has a good arm. D'Angelo has a solid arm. I don't know much about Rupenthal and Wright, but some solid arms across the outfield here. They're playing a little bit deeper. McKay, ideally you loft one here, and then speed on the bases at third base. Ruckhaber less likely to get thrown at home than Schubert would. Just in a short area quickness, he's way quicker than Schubert.
Absolutely. Now it's a good move both ways. Riker will keep his left-hander in.
I would too.
Yeah, Bob Riker, the head coach in his 25th year, former Chippewa. Fire up Chips. You and I both fond of that University of Mount Pleasant.
Absolutely, fire up Chips.
So here comes Ryan Minnie McKay, and this is the guy who had the game-winning hit or game-tying hit against Brother Rice last year. This is pitched low. Is it game-tying or game-winning?
Game-tying.
Game-tying.
From what I heard.
Yep. Oh, yes, that's right, Mr. Zukowski. You were not in the house for that. Where were you?
I was
watching the prep?
Walking to my car.
Okay. More on that later. Chubbs at third, pitches low. Fine stop by the backstop. Owen Turner.
Maybe not the worst thing in the world to try and walk a McKay here. You're not trying to walk him, but pitching around him. Jason Oliver a little bit less fleet of foot. Maybe you try and get a double play in order. Either way, big, huge spot here, 2-0 especially.
Irish at first. McKay up. Ruckhaber at third. Courtesy running for Schubert. And we'll do this thing again. What a year it's been for Minnie McKay. 11 walks on the year. But this guy has really done it with RBIs. He's driven in 28. Swing and a miss. Out on strikes here. 2 outs and 2 runners still stranded. And that'll leave things up to Jason Oliver.
That's a huge pitch there from Velasquez. Goes 2-0, gets a foul ball and a fastball, and then has the wherewithal to throw a breaking ball to McKay there, get him bailing out on the front side. It's a great pitch in a great spot with great execution by Velasquez. We've seen it all day.
10 Ks now for Fredo, partner.
He and Cahy both missing a ton of bats today.
You're not lying. A lot of whiffs, a lot of hot air blowing into this Troy night. And Alfredo, who had first and third, nobody out.
1 out.
1 out.
Yep.
Now 1 pitch away from getting out of it. But Jason Oliver's been steady this year. Jolly batting .314, and he's driven in 30. There goes the runner. Pitches outside. There will be no attempt to throw out Ike Irish, who runs very well for a catcher. So no force play here. Runners at second and third in a 1-1 count.
Jason has to, when he gets to 2 strikes, he has to remember to open up the whole field. He's kind of a pull guy. Not that that's a bad thing when
right.
Plus counts, but need to be able to shoot a ball through the right side here, maybe into that gap. Have to be able to use the whole field with 2 strikes.
This is there. Oliver can go deep as well. 3 home runs. St. Mary's has hit on the season 46 home runs. They have hit none today. We have not seen a home run in either game. Full count, runners on second and third. And he walks Oliver. So bases now full. And that will bring up Jack Crichton, who leads the team with a .448 average. And he's driven in 21, but still shaking off the rust. He's been off for 3 to 4 weeks. And Matt Petrie wants to have a word. What do you say here?
This is one of the best hitters that has ever come through St. Mary's in terms of bat-to-ball skills, like the raw ability to put barrel on ball. So that was just a, hey, buddy, no one better type of chat there. And Jack knows that he's a senior. He's battle-tested.
Grounds one left side. This one's going to be trouble. Throw to first, not in time. In to score comes Ruckhaber. It's an RBI infield hit, and this is what Jack Crichton does. Gets on base and moves guys in. 2-1 St. Mary's, bottom of the 6th.
Yeah, and just not anything hit real hard. Just you know Jack Crichton's not going to strike out in that situation. You know he's not going to swing at a bad pitch. This is a pretty good pitch from Velasquez.
Yeah.
It's a slider down in the zone. Jack hits it on the ground just in the right spot to where an impossible play can't be made by Crane. Either way, that's what you're looking for St. Mary's from one of your senior leaders.
A feel-good moment for Jack Crichton with his grandparents watching in Willard, Missouri. We want to say hello to both of them. Mr. and Mrs. Crichton had a chance to see him couple weeks back. So St. Mary's on top 2-1. Ryan Mooney comes up, the Notre Dame commit, with the bases still juiced, and now a pinch runner in the game for St. Mary's. It's Grant Essig, the sophomore.
Obviously want to get Jack off the base paths. Don't want him sliding headfirst into anything and risking that shoulder.
Mooney, a bit over anxious, pops it up right in front of home plate, and Fredo gives way to Cheeseman for out number 3, but not before. The Eaglets inch one across in this 2-1 game from Warrior Park at Stevens Family Baseball Complex.
Your dream, your drive, your grit, the heart and vision of every member of your team. We take it all, and from those threads of greatness, we weave a uniform of a champion. In many ways, our sport is just like yours. We've brought together a team of elite designers. We've put in the time and the sweat, perfecting our craft over 14 years. We've outfitted thousands of teams for thousands of victories, approaching each new project, each new game, like it's the only one we'll ever play. And let's be honest, we've done it all with a quality so unmatched that some can't help but call it perfection. You know, it's more than just a shirt. Look like a champion, play like a champion. A champion powered by the G. Hashtag G-Brand USA. G-Brand USA. Elite design, unmatched quality, American pride. We're proudly made in the USA.
The Eaglets still atop the national poll, according to Collegiate Baseball newspaper. St. Mary's 33-0, Stoneman Douglas second. Summerall's moved up to third. Providence fourth. And you look at the rest of the rankings, Hamilton and Arizona comes in at 10th. I know you know many of these schools. A lot of people are out there like, who are these people? Brian Sikowski, my partner, knows every one of these schools, I promise you. Anybody stand out to you?
Yeah, Stoneman Douglas has actually been, for the last 2 years now, last year and this year, it's been dealer's choice. Who's your national champion? Who's your number one team in the country? One of those two, St. Mary's and Stoneman Douglas, depending on the poll you look at. But they're loaded. They have a likely first-rounder this year and an outfielder named Roman Anthony to match the St. Mary's first-rounder, Brock Porter. And obviously playing in Florida, being from South Florida, they play just as good a competition as we love the Catholic League up here, but it's a little bit different animal in Florida. There's some differences that to make up here harder versus make there harder. Either way, it's two of the best, in my opinion, the best.
Yeah, it's great. Good analysis. Matt Petrie has gone to the bullpen, and he will bring in Jason Oliver, his junior right-hander committed to the University of Michigan. And Oliver's numbers on the year look like this. He's making his 5th appearance, all in relief. He's thrown 6 innings. He has 2 saves to his credit. He's given up 4 hits and 1 run. That 1 run was earned. He has struck out 8 and walked 1, an ERA of 1.16 for the junior right-hander Jason Oliver, committed to Michigan. Sack, your thoughts on it?
Yeah, and Oliver, as we know, is primarily the shortstop, the everyday shortstop who hits in the middle of the lineup for Coach Petrie. But he, last offseason, really developed on the mound as a guy who Matt wants to use 2 ways, and he's kind of used him as the de facto closer. You see Minnie McKay shift over to shortstop in his stead. But this is Jolly's 90-91 right now, blowing fastballs right by guys. 9, 1, and 2 due up. D'Angelo's 9th, and he strikes out. We go to the top of the order to Velasquez. And you see that there. That's just, it's similar to what we talked about with Fredo. That's that low release height with that fastball riding to the top of the zone. That's 91 there. Really hard to catch up to that with those sort of traits in high school baseball. Alfredo a chance to help his own cause. We told you he's steady with the stick at 250. St. Mary's will play in a district that has Wall Lake Avondale and Bloomfield Hills. I got ahead of myself with the regional. Get back to that in a moment. Pitch in the outside corner. Avondale and Bloomfield Hills, they'll play the winner of that game on June 4th. Troy, West Bloomfield, and the winners will play at West Bloomfield High School before moving on to the regionals on June 8th at Novi High School. And we'll get to that momentarily. Here comes the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Off-speed pitch that fooled Fredo. And that's what you see in a closer role, in a one-inning role. Oliver came out and was just 90-91, throwing it as hard as he could, and then letting it eat in the zone. You don't know if the dude's got a breaking ball or not unless you've seen him before. You don't know if he's going to be able to do this under your barrel to a left-handed hitter. And then by the time he does, hey, man, it's too late. He's only throwing this one inning. So to have a guy in this role, even when you haven't needed him a bunch this season.
Here comes Dowd, who looks at a 92-mile-an-hour fastball, the hottest of the day so far in this park, and it comes from Jason Oliver, the guy they call Jolly, looking for his third save of the year.
Biggest one yet, for sure.
Dowd homered last year against St. Mary's in the title game, and he misses off the plate this time, and the count moves to 2-0.
It's a good at-bat from Dowd. You want to go up there and kind of play hero ball, like as the dude. You'd love to hit a tank here and get everybody up. But more importantly is not swinging at balls, and he's not. Get on base.
Swing and a miss. Dowd has one of the 5 Rice hits against St. Mary's. St. Mary's with just 4 hits, but they have one extra run, 2-1. Rice down to their final strike in their own park for the title.
Another fastball here. Jolly just kind of sticking with what he knows. We saw that one-off speed pitch to Velasquez. He throws a knuckleball that's super unique. That might have actually been the knuckleball. It's a harder pitch that has some actual action to it, but he also throws a break ball. It's tough. It's the knuckleball is so unique that it's tough to tell the difference, which is usually not the case.
Makes sense. Dowd has extra base pop. Ollie deals, and that's some head music, chin music. And that's a walk. So that is the tying run on at first with 2 outs. We're in the top of the 7th. Brother Rice playing on the road in their own park. St. Mary's was the higher seed. And now Matt Petrie wants to talk about this thing. He does have a left-hander hot if he wants him. Your thoughts?
I think this is Jason's game to lose here, or win, or tie, or whatever's going on. But Matt is out here. He likes to do this more to give his pitcher a breather, bring everybody in around him, make sure everyone knows exactly right what the defensive call is, leaving nothing that might be coming in from the bench to open to misinterpretation as far as deciding what you want to do defensively. So he's making sure of that right now, while at the same time giving Oliver a little bit of a breather, letting him collect himself, let his teammates rally around him and say, hey, man, you got this, no worries, we're behind you, and then we can restart here with a fresh slate.
It is a left-handed hitter due up. And Tyler Fox, a guy that's been really good this year, their second best hitter, .333 on the year. Fox is just a sophomore, facing the junior commit to Michigan, Jason Oliver. Brother Rice down 2-1, top of the 7th. St. Mary's trying to win their 34th game of the year. Strike call.
Great pitch. I wonder if Matt almost went out there and said, hey, throw a breaking ball for a strike here. I think everybody was kind of geared up for 90-91. So that's a great pitch in that spot. Get way ahead, steal a strike. You can see the action of the pitch there. Irish set up exactly where he needed to be.
Ground ball sharply but foul past Kyle Galley, the first base coach. St. Mary's, Matt Petrie, assisted by Dan Petrie, Aaron Wilson, Theo Piccarelli, and the director of baseball operations is Mr. Fenzel, Tyler Fenzel. I almost said Neil, his dad, who was the former wrestling coach at St. Mary's.
Shouts out wrestlers.
Yes, sure. Tough.
Absolutely.
Tyler Fox. Swing and a miss. Ball game is over. Ike Irish waves goodbye, and St. Mary's has won their 56th straight game and their 3rd straight Catholic League title.
That was just fuego there. You could see him setting him up. He threw a breaking ball for a strike, threw another breaking ball that got a foul off, and that was just 90-91, kind of up and out of the zone. Definitely a ball, but a tough pitch to take in any scenario. But that was a great pitch from Jason Oliver there. Great job by Matt Petrie to trust his guy in that role. And hey, it was close. It was harrowing, but another St. Mary's victory.
St. Mary's wins it 2-1. They take home the Bishop title, and we walk out on this pitch. Upstairs, no chance. Jolly with his third save, and a tight one and a dandy from Warrior Park and the Stevens Family Baseball Complex. We're back with a postgame right after this.
With your dream, your drive, your grit, the heart and vision of every member of your team. We take it all, and from those threads of greatness, we weave a uniform of a champion. In many ways, our sport is just like yours. We've brought together a team of elite designers. We've put in the time and the sweat, perfecting our craft over 14 years. We've outfitted thousands of teams for thousands of victories, approaching each new project, each new game, like it's the only one we'll ever play. And let's be honest, we've done it all with a quality so unmatched that some can't help but call it perfection. You know, it's more than just a shirt. Look like a champion, play like a champion. A champion powered by the G. Hashtag G-Brand USA. G-Brand USA. Elite design, unmatched quality, American pride. We're proudly made in the USA.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the diamond.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah!
Be great.
Participate!
There it is, the trophy on the turf, and that won't be there for too long. Mike Evoy will hoist and present to both teams, both worthy champions here today, St. Mary's and Brother Rice. And these two teams threw haymakers all day on the mound, played good defense, some good at-bats. This was a high-quality, high-level baseball game, and both these teams represented well. St. Mary's continues their run. But what can you say about Brother Rice and the pitching we saw today from both sides?
Yeah, we knew it. We knew it coming in. This was Rice's best shot. Get a Fredo Velasquez unseen by St. Mary's this year, fully rested. Here he comes. This is his game. This is exactly what Rice wanted. This is precisely how it was supposed to go down. Velasquez pitched incredibly well. I found the stuff to be outstanding. His competitiveness was outstanding. The boxy was great. It just, when it came down to it, St. Mary's managed to get one more run. And then Jason Oliver obviously kind of left no doubt in that ninth inning, or seventh inning, excuse me. But here's Kieran Cahy. You can see the quality of the off-speed stuff there. Couple change-ups to lefties, fastballs located well, breaking balls down in the zone. The whole arsenal was working today. He ran into a little bit of trouble with his command. He was a little more middle than he should have been in some cases. But either way, I mean, he struck out 12, 13, 14 guys in 6 innings. It's what else could you have asked for?
Not much. 13 Ks officially for Cahy, 3 for Oliver, who comes in to get the save. Cahy goes to a team-leading 7-0. We see the hit here down the line. This was from Irish. His run would be the go-ahead run that would score. It would be a walk here to Oliver. And then Jack Crichton, right off the disabled list a couple hours ago, came in and gets a grounder in the hole. And sometimes that's enough sack just to get it done. It was. And St. Mary's gets the run and eventually the win.
And when you run like Crichton does, that's kind of all you need to do. Put it in the right spot, take off. He's a plus runner. He gets on the line well. And then, like we already talked about, Oliver kind of left no doubt here in the ninth. They were seventh, excuse me, pretty overwhelming fastball at the top of the zone. Get a look at the breaking ball there. And you got another swing and miss on a fastball out of the zone to end the game. But really fits well in that closer role. You see it right there. What a game. What a day.
What a game of baseball. The winner earlier today. The championship brought home by Divine Child, 5-0 winners in the Cardinal Division. As you see, Bob Riker presented the runners-up for the Bishop Division. A true champion, both these clubs. And really a good day of baseball. Both teams will continue We'll have coverage of Orchard Lake St. Mary's coming up on Friday as they will take on Bay City Western in Flint at Broome Park. And then we'll have Orchard Lake St. Mary's against Grand Blanc from Flint on Saturday, all right here on the Prep. And Brian, it's been a great day of baseball. A joy to call with you this year. Thanks so much for being a part of this broadcast and bringing so much value to us. Appreciate your work, and good luck with the rest of your scouting in this hot scouting season. This is crunch time for you, I know.
Yeah, we're going to hit the road here pretty extensively in the next week or so, and not be back in Michigan very often, but I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to be around and be on this, which is incredible. I know just in the last year, the prep has been, I can't even put into words how awesome it is, the way that we're able to bring professional, legitimate, like better than college baseball broadcasts to high school baseball in Michigan and highlight players who deserve highlighting. It's just been incredible to be a part of it, and I thank you for letting me.
Thank you, Brian. That's very kind of you. I appreciate that very much. That's Brian Sikowski, the national cross-checker for Perfect Game. Check him out on Twitter or social media.
On Twitter at B_Sikowski_PG. That's really the only place I talk about baseball, so feel free.
There you see it. St. Mary's hoisting that Bishop title trophy. Mike Evoy presents it. And Matt Petrie, congratulations to the Eaglets. 3 straight years now they've won the Bishop title. This hardworking crew we want to thank for their hard work all season long. Led by Alex Westfall, your executive producer for this broadcast. We also want to thank Chase Kaufman on Instant Replay, Delaney Higgins on graphics, Devin Schweitzer on camera, Zach Russell on a camera, Bradley Ross here in the press box with us on a camera as well, Sam Fisher on audio, Pat the Stat on statistics, James Ferris from our social media team, and Julia Pisano as well. We appreciate their hard work. His name is Brian Sikowski. My name is Chad Bush. Pat Bush on statistics. For one last time, from the Stevens Family Baseball Complex at Warrior Park, St. Mary's wins the Bishop Division in a well-fought battle 2-1 against Brother Rice. We'll talk to you Thursday with soccer and Friday with baseball, St. Mary's and Bay City Western. Have a great night, everybody. Thanks for watching.